Foreigners come to the Philippines expecting beaches, smiles, and good food. But nobody warns them about the one street food that can change your whole idea of what bravery really means. And today's story begins in a small street in Quezon City, where 3 foreigners stood in front of a famous food stall. They didn't know it yet, but the next 10 minutes would shock every Filipino watching, and even themselves. It started on a warm Saturday evening. The street was busy with students, workers, and families looking for dinner. The smell of grilled pork and chicken filled the air, strong enough to pull anyone closer. But there was another smell mixed with it, smoky, sweet, a little mysterious. It came from the grill of Mam Rolly, a man known in the area as the Isaw King. People said he had been grilling chicken intestines for more than 20 years. Some said he could tell if an Isaw was cooked perfectly just by hearing the crackle of the charcoal. And tonight, he was about to serve something unforgettable. Just a few steps away stood 3 tourists who had never heard of Isaw before. There was Rachel, a tall girl from Canada who loved trying food from everywhere. There was Luca, an Italian traveler who believed that nothing could surprise him after eating snails in France. And there was Jake, an American who said he had a strong stomach, but his nervous laugh said otherwise. The 3 of them were holding cameras, filming their Filipino trip. Behind them were Filipinos smiling, whispering to each other, "UY, paparating na, ipapaking nila NGISAW." The foreigners walked closer to the smoke-filled stall. Their eyes grew wide as they looked at the skewers lined up long, twisted, curly, and golden brown. Rachel tilted her head. What is that?" A group of Filipino students laughed softly, one of them answering, "ISAWPO. Chicken intestines." Rachel froze. Luca blinked twice. Jake turned pale. "Wait, chicken? What?" Jake whispered. The students nodded excitedly. "Masarap yan, with suka. You have to try." The foreigners looked at each other. Luca finally said, "How bad can it be, right?" But when Mam Rolly picked up the skewer and brushed it with his special sauce, a sweet, sticky glaze that made the grill hiss loudly, the 3 of them stared like they were watching a magic trick and a horror movie at the same time. "Are you guys sure about this?" Rachel whispered. "No," Jake answered immediately. But the crowd around them was growing. Phones were out. Cameras were recording. Filipinos love this, watching foreigners discover something that has been part of their childhood, their family dinners, their late-night cravings. Mang Rolly handed them each a stick of freshly grilled Isaw. The sauce shinned under the yellow streetlight. Steam was rising. The smell was strong but strange, smoky, savory, a little sweet, a bit wild. It was unlike anything they had smelled before. Luca took a deep breath. "Okay, we do this together. 3, 2. He didn't even reach 1. He stopped. "Wait," Luca said. "Is it clean?" The whole crowd burst into laughter. One of the students replied, "Of course. We wash it many times." "Masarap talaga, promise." Rachel nodded slowly. "Okay, if locals love it this much, it must be safe." Jake was already regretting everything. You could see it in his face. He didn't even want to smell it. Still, the 3 of them lifted their skewers. The atmosphere changed. Everyone fell quiet. The street noise faded. Even the sizzling of the grill sounded calmer. They counted again. 3, 2, 1. They took a bite. And everything exploded. Rachel's eyes grew huge. She started chewing slowly, then faster. Then she suddenly froze again. Luca let out a loud, "Oh," and held his head in shock. Jake made a noise that sounded like a mix between a scream and a laugh. The crowd moved closer. "What? What does it taste like?" Someone shouted. Rachel's face turned red. It's chewy." Luca nodded. "Very chewy. Like a rubber band with flavor." The Filipinos laughed so loud you could hear it across the street. But then Rachel's expression changed. Her eyebrows went up. Her eyes softened. And she took another bite. "Wait," she said slowly. "Hold on. This is actually good." Luca took another bite too. Then another, then another. "Oh my gosh," he said. The sauce is amazing." "What is in this?" Mang Rolly lifted his chin proudly. "Secret po." Jake was still chewing the same piece. He looked like he was having an internal battle with himself. He finally swallowed and gasped for air. "That was the longest chew of my life," he said dramatically. But then something strange happened. Jake took another bite. The crowd cheered. Rachel kept eating happily. "It's weird but good." Luca finished his skewer first. "I want another one." The crowd went wild. I say pa. Mang Rolly grilled more sticks, brushing them generously with his sauce. The smoke rose again. The sizzling got louder. And now, instead of fear, the foreigners looked excited. Rachel asked, "How do Filipinos usually eat this?" One student answered, "Dip it in suka, vinegar with onions and chili." They tried it, and their reaction shocked everyone even more. Rachel dipped her isaw in the vinegar and took a bite. She gasped, "Oh wow, that changes everything." Luca dipped his too. "This is insane. The vinegar makes it taste fresh." Jake dipped his, and his whole body shook. "Oh my, okay. That's good." People clapped. Someone shouted, "Welcome to the Philippines." The three of them laughed and continued eating. The fear was gone. The disgust was gone. All that was left was surprise, joy, and the kind of laughter that makes strangers feel like friends. One lady selling fish balls whispered, "Aryan converted Narsila." While the three foreigners enjoyed their food, something deeper was happening, something they didn't expect. They started talking with the locals around them. Kids asked them where they were from. A tricycle driver told them stories about his favorite street foods. A group of students taught them how to say ang sarap with the right tone. Rachel tried it. Ang sa rap. Everyone laughed. More energy. Ang sarap. The street exploded in applause. They stayed for more than an hour. They tried isaw manok, isaw bayboy, and even Betamax. They were sweating, laughing, and filming everything. But more than that, they were connecting with the people around them in a way they never expected. At one point, Jake turned to the camera and said, "I don't know how to explain this, but Filipinos make food feel like a celebration." And maybe that was why this moment shocked everyone. Not because of the foreigners' reactions, but because of the way they embraced something that many people from other countries would reject instantly. A simple street food, something cheap, common, and often ignored, became a bridge between cultures. Rachel looked around and said softly, "I feel like this isn't just food. It's like getting to know the heart of the Philippines." Luca nodded. "It feels like being welcomed into a family." Even Jake smiled. "I was scared, but now I get it. This is comfort food." The locals around them smiled proudly. This was their culture, their tradition, their flavor, and seeing foreigners enjoy made them feel seen, respected, and proud. Before leaving, Rachel asked for one last stick of isaw. But this time, she didn't do it for the camera. She did it for herself. Luca asked Mang Rolly how he learned to cook like that. The old man chuckled and said, "Natunin kayo sa to take care." He taught me that good food is not just about taste, it's about sharing. Jake bought extra skewers for later, even though everyone knew he would eat them before the night even ended. As they walked away from the store, their clothes smelled like smoke, their mouths were filled with the taste of vinegar and grilled meat, and their hearts felt warmer than the charcoal fire they stood beside. They thought the story was over, but it wasn't. Because the next morning, something unexpected happened. A video clip of their first bite started spreading online. It was posted by one of the students who had been watching. The video showed their shocked faces, their struggle to chew, their loud reactions, and the moment they finally said "ang sarap." In just a few hours, the video blew up. People commented things like, "That's the real Filipino experience. Proud to be Pinoy. OMG, foreigners eating isaw is my new favorite genre. Next Balu challenge." Even Filipinos living abroad commented, saying it made them miss home. It made them miss the smell of charcoal, the sound of street vendors shouting Isaw, and the taste of vinegar that stings your tongue just a little bit. The foreigners were surprised when they saw themselves trending. They laughed, shocked that something so simple had gained so much attention. But the thing that touched them most was the comments from Filipinos. Many said that seeing foreigners enjoy their food made them feel proud of their culture. Others said that it reminded them of childhood evenings, eating isaw after school with their friends. Some said that the video made them cry because it made them miss their parents who used to buy them isaw every weekend. So the foreigners decided to return to Mang Ronnie's stall not for content, not for views, but to say thank you. When they arrived, the old man was already smiling. "You're famous now," he joked. They bought more food, talked with him, and even asked to learn how to grill isaw. Mang Rolly taught them how to flip the skewers, when to brush the sauce, and how to know when it's cooked just right. The foreigners tried, and they failed hilariously. Their isaw kept falling, getting burnt, or flipping into the fire. But everyone around them laughed, helping them, cheering them on. It felt like a small fiesta on an ordinary day. And that was the heart of the story, how a simple moment on a street corner brought strangers together, turned shock into joy, and made 3 foreigners fall in love with a piece of Filipino culture they never knew existed. At the end of the day, Rachel looked into the camera and said, "We came to the Philippines thinking we would discover beaches and views. But what surprised us the most was something small, simple, and grilled over charcoal." Luca added, "Isaw is not just food. It's a story." Jake smiled. "And now, it's our story too." Their reactions shocked everyone, not because they were funny or dramatic, but because they were real. They showed that when you try something with an open heart, you don't just taste food. You taste culture, you taste home. You taste the spirit of a nation that loves to share what it has, even with strangers. And that is how 3 foreigners discovered Isaw for the first time, and ended up discovering something much bigger. If you ever come to the Philippines, you will smell the smoke before you see the stall. You will hear the laughter before you even taste the food. And when you finally take that first brave bite, you will understand why this little street snack can bring people together. And who knows, maybe your reaction will shock everyone too. If you enjoyed this story and it made you feel something, then I'm glad you were here with me today. This is Holistic News Expo, where real moments and real people remind us how connected we all are. Whenever you're ready for another journey, I'll be right here, waiting to share the next one with you.